Hello everyone, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to the Unexplored Commonwealth. Today we're going to be checking out Sanctuary Hills, which is of course where we start the game in the pre-war era. So we can get a little bit of a look at how Sanctuary Hills used to look. Obviously, right now we are inside our very nice house, and at the very beginning of the game, well, there's not really a whole lot to do, but I found out, I don't know if I ever really realized this, but you can interact with most of the objects throughout the house, and your character will give you some more information when you interact with them. Like here, we can find out that milk delivery is still a thing in the Fallout universe. Of course, in the present day, there's still milk delivery, but not nearly as common as it used to be. There's a copy of Grognak the Barbarian on this bar area, which is very important to remember for the future. After kind of going about, then I decided to finally open up the door to the Vault Tech sales rep, who will kindly give us a spot in Vault 111. What could possibly go wrong? After that, we go to our son, and we kind of play with him a little bit, and then we hear that pretty epic introduction to the war.
Sir? Mum? You should come and see this!
Codsworth? What's wrong?
Followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation.
What?
We seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations. We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
And with that, we learn that the world, is about to end. Alarms will start blazing, and it is time for us to go. We go outside, and we can find some military helicopters and stuff flying over, and people are freaking out, with everyone making a run towards Vault 111, rather they have a spot or not. But while everybody runs that way, I decided to run the opposite way, because, let's see what we can find. This is unexplored. But really, there's not anything we can do over here. Now, we do have some interesting cars we can look at, like this little tiny one-person car. And then we can see a vertibird flying off towards the vault. But really, truthfully, not a whole lot going on. We can find this one couple trying to pack their bags into a car, but it looks like they're having trouble. What a way to waste time in an emergency. Here we have some soldiers, and I never really knew what happens if you go past the soldiers. And if you do, the atomic bomb drops early and you die. Wow, I was actually quite surprised that this happens, but obviously something has to happen to prevent you from running further off into the Commonwealth. So the game just kills you. That's how it prevents that. Now, if we come over here to our neighbor's house, they have a ball in their yard, and I was trying to pick up the ball, but it won't let you, which I thought was really sad. I wanted to bring it into the vault with me. After that, after kind of running around, I decided to look at this pretty cool looking sports car, only to find it only has one seat. And then these neighbors here are arguing about something that the husband lost. Man, what a way to die. Anyways, after that, we can head up to the vault where this happens.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too. Oh my God!
Hold on!
Can't this thing move faster?
A very close call indeed, but a pretty epic introduction to the game. Now, I've seen a lot of speculation by people that may have been the 100 megaton size nuclear bomb that was dropped in the area of the glowing sea, which kind of created that whole mess with all of the nuclear weapons underneath, leaking radiation, creating a radioactive sea of hell. After that, we're not going to show the vault because that's a story for another day. So as we resurface almost 200 years later, we can see the destruction left behind. Now, there is some minor loot surrounding Vault 111, mainly that there are these crates outside, and inside of these crates we can find some useful items such as Rad X and Rad Away. But besides that, there's really not a whole lot in these little trailers. There's some ammunition, but not a lot, and, it's just not very helpful. But the Rad Away is helpful. Also some Molotov cocktails, so we can light people on fire. Always a good time. After that, I decided to make our way towards Sanctuary Hills. Now, Sanctuary Hills is kind of situated on an island. Here's the vault billboard, which impressively still stands after 200 years. Anyways, as I was saying, Sanctuary Hills kind of sits on this island. It's surrounded by this river or creek on both sides. And yeah, so it's like a island? I don't know if that classifies an island if it's surrounded by a river. I guess it does, right? Anyways, not very important. Now we can see that Sanctuary Hills is completely destroyed. But, fun fact, as we approach Codsworth, our worthy servant up here, fun fact is that the pre-war Sanctuary Hills is actually just an entirely different location. Now, it is actually built in the game world, and you can teleport to it using console commands. But we really have no way of accessing it on console. But just so you know, they actually are two different locations. Anyways, as we come into our old or former house, we can find that, surprisingly, it hasn't been looted through so much, and I'll talk more about this here in a second, but I just think it's kind of weird. Now, we can find the Mr. Handy box still intact, pretty impressive, after 200 years, and inside the next room, or not this room, inside of Sean's room, we can find the Your Special kids book, or like picture book, and that book will give us a level up on one of our special skills. And I remember early game, before they patched it, there was a pretty big glitch with this book where you could duplicate it and max out all of your special stats, which was pretty OP, but that glitch has since been patched. And also on the counter, we can find that copy of Grognak the Barbarian just sitting there. After that, I went back to Codsworth and I told him, hey, I will help you, or please help me search through Sanctuary Hills to find my family. Now, obviously, I didn't show what happened in the vault, but basically your wife is killed and your son is kidnapped. Now, you can also play as the wife, in which case the husband is killed and, well, the son is still kidnapped. Now, inside of this house here with the cat on the family room wall, obviously the bombs fell near Halloween. There is a Novus locked safe. However, I can't open it because I don't have any lockpicks, but it's there and I'll pick it up later. Now, throughout this little section here with Codsworth, it kind of serves as a tutorial to the combat system of Fallout. So, you know, for somebody who's played Fallout 4 way too much, it's pretty easy. After failing to find my family, I decided to head up to this house, 2 houses up the street from our house, and behind it we can find the root cellar. Now, I don't remember if I've ever found this before. I have no recollection of it, so to me this is new. But basically, one of the neighbors obviously failed to secure a spot within Vault 111, and now he built his own little Fallout shelter. Don't know if he survived or if he managed under here, but down here we can find a lock safe, which again I cannot open, and some gold bars. That's a pretty good find, and we can head back outside. Now, if we look at some of the mailboxes on the street, some of them have names, like this one is Rosa. And you might recognize these names from the vault inside the Vault 111 at the very beginning, but most of the mailboxes don't have names. This one here says Cawthorn, and inside of this building we can find a very interesting terminal. Now, this terminal is obviously locked, so you'll have to hack it, and there is a safe. This safe is booby-trapped. There's 2 traps on it, one on the top there, and one on the side, and if you hack this terminal, the Ledger terminal, you will find out that the previous residents of this house in the pre-war era were chem dealers. And here we can find a list of all of their clients. And we can see there were a lot of people in Sanctuary Hills who were on drugs. And there's also one very interesting name in Concord by the name of Anders, who appears to be a teenage girl who wanted to do a Halloween prank, or she's a vampire because she wanted 20 bags of blood for a prank, or maybe I'd like to believe she's a vampire. Anyways, you can kind of see people's drug issues on that terminal, and the people who are dealing them, they're chems. Outside, we can find a cooking station towards the entrance, and right at the bridge to Sanctuary Hills, we can find a trash can, and obviously the Sanctuary Hills entrance sign. Fun fact also, that sign is not present in the pre-war era. They probably just forgot to put it in. Now, if you come to the other side of the bridge, sometimes you'll find, like, dead raiders here, like so. And they had some, like, weapons and stim packs on them. And there's a statue of what I believe is a Minuteman, but I actually don't know. But I believe it's a Minuteman. Anyways, as we go across this kind of swamp here to the southwest, we can find this vehicle, military vehicle. And inside there's some healing items. There's an army helmet and also an ammunition box with 24 rounds of 10mm, which at this point is pretty good. Also, we can now protect our head. After this, I decided to head directly north of Sanctuary Hills, where we can find a very dangerous gang of boat flies. These 3 boat flies surrounded me at once. They came up on me, and I just thought it was really funny because it was like being assaulted by a gang of people, but not instead of people, they're these little flies. Anyways, after that, if we head further north, the main thing of interest is we can find a small raider camp. There is a lone raider living here with, well, for me, her dog. Now, the gender is random, so it could be a boy or a girl. But anyways, we killed the raider. Big boom. And up here, there's also a dead body. I wasn't expecting this, but obviously this person was probably killed by the raider, and they're on the bed. So, man, who knows what was going on up here. Pretty sick. But anyways, we killed the person responsible. And there's also some okay loot up here. And this raider will respawn from time to time. So make sure you come back here and deal with it, because we don't want no raiders living near us. Now, here's the location of Sanctuary Hills. And one thing I was curious about is northwest. That I've never really traveled up here because there's nothing up here. And we found this pile of barrels. But basically, I wanted to see if there was anything of interest up here. And the short answer is there is fucking nothing. Just forest and forest and forest. There are some like flowers and stuff you can harvest, but truthfully, nothing is up there. Alright, and there you guys have it, Sanctuary Hills. Now, of course, you can build up Sanctuary Hills using Fallout 4's crafting system, and I do plan to start building up the settlements, but I actually plan to turn that into a separate series. It'll be more fun and more relaxing, and I hope you guys enjoy it, but those are videos for another day. And for now, we shall continue our treacherous trek across the Commonwealth. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any recommendations for future locations or for future videos, please post them in the comments section below. Also, if you have any suggestions for like what to build or how to build up Sanctuary Hills, let me know in the comments section below. Also, at the end of this video, I will include the Honey Holotape given to you by Codsworth. Now, this is obviously very easy to get in the game, so I wasn't too worried about putting it in the video, but I'll leave it just in case. Otherwise, you can just turn the video off right now, and I don't care. And as always, until next time.
Oopsie. No, no, no. No fingers away. There we go. Okay. Just say it. Right there. Right there. Yay! Hi, honey. Listen, I don't think that Sean and I need to tell you how great of a father you are. But we're going to anyway. Isn't that right? You are kind and loving. And funny. That's right. And patient. So patient. Patience of a saint, my mom used to say. Look, with Sean and us all being home together, it's been an amazing year. But even so, I know our best days are yet to come. There'll be changes, sure. Things we need to adjust to. You'll rejoin the civilian workforce, and I'll shake the dust off my law degree. But everything we do, no matter how hard, we do it for our family. Now, say goodbye, Sean. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Come on. Bye, honey. We love you.